Hey guys, it's Molly. Welcome back to my show. Got some special guests with me. Got Big Bear, Robert, and you're going to see Oreo later. Yes, his name is Robert. Robert Peabody. In fact, here is Oreo. Isn't he cute? There's a reason why I have these guys here. Today is Friday, and I said I'd be doing something new. And what I'm doing is a skit. I figured this would be a fun idea, you know? Now, why do I have these guys here? You'll see once I get into it. I am going to do some that are original eventually. I thought for this first episode, let's do one online. So anyway, let's get into it. Today we are here to discuss survival skills. What would we do if we were faced with an uncontrollable threat? Vampires? Werewolves? Zombies? Oh man, I'm sick of hearing about zombie attacks. Zombies aren't even that difficult to deal with. They move at like 2 miles an hour. You just kind of step out of the way when they're coming. Vampires are the scary ones. They can move with lightning speed and sneak up on you. It's so exciting. Werewolves are cooler. Think of all that power. Fine, then we'll talk about gremlins. Gremlins? Have there been gremlin outbreaks? A few. In Chicago. How come it wasn't on the news? It was very hush-hush. They don't want people to panic. Wow, gremlins. They're nasty little creatures. They totally are. Hard to get rid of. They make such a mess. Good, so we'll talk about survival techniques related to gremlins. A vampire could outrun a gremlin though. So could a werewolf. Focus people, first of all, I want everyone to check their security cameras. Make sure you have coverage of all entrances. One missed corner angle could give gremlins a chance to slip through. Vampires are very good at doing that. A werewolf would just rip the camera right off the wall. Next you'll want to check your lighting. Don't allow for any dark corners where gremlins can lurk. They love the shadows. Vampires do too. Werewolves are big, so they make their own shadows. Next you need to install panic buttons on your computer keyboards or under your desk. You need to be able to alert our security forces as quickly as possible. Often there is not enough time for a call or text. So the panic buttons allow for a quick response. Unless it's zombies. You'd have a good hour before they made it through the door and down the hallway. Gremlins are quick. They won't let you think twice about what you do. You have to prepare and train because any hesitation will put you in danger. Drill yourself on what to do and practice, practice, practice. We want their reactions to be second nature. Otherwise they panic and you lose them to the other side. I have a cousin who's a vampire now. I wouldn't brag about that. You want yourself to be aware of all your escape routes. It's best to get as many people as possible out of the area so the security team can move in and eliminate the threat without potential casualties getting in the line of fire. But gremlins move fast. How do we outrun them? You don't. If you can't escape, then hide. Shelters in place. You need to have designated safe areas where you can hide during a threat and take shelter until the threat is eliminated. Gremlins are light and motion sensitive. They will attack anything that moves. Your best defense is to hide in a dark room that you can lock. Lock the door and close the blinds. If the door doesn't lock, blockade it with heavy furniture. Keep your cell phones off. The light will attract them. Vampires hate light. I bet you could blind one with your cell phone. If you're certain you won't be detected, then contact our security forces. Give them the location of the gremlin infestation, the approximate number of gremlins, potential victims in the area. Details, details, details. The more we know about our enemy, the better prepared we can be. Be prepared. That's my motto. Oh, you made that up yourself, huh? Yep. You're so clever and original. Thanks. When our security team arrives, stay calm and show them your hands. The hands are the key to anyone who has been infected by the gremlins. What happens if you're infected? You don't want to know. Maybe I do want to know. It ain't pretty. If you're infected, you'll have gremlins growing inside of you. When they mature, here it comes. They'll eat their way out. I'm sorry I asked. I told you so. So keep your hands free and leave behind all your belongings. We don't need gremlins sneaking out in your bags or purses. What if you have a designer purse? Leave it. Even if it's really expensive? Especially if it's really expensive. Avoid sudden movements. Security forces will react to any quick motions. Gremlins require lightning-fast reflexes, so stay calm and move slowly around security, and don't be a screamer. Don't look at me. That will attract the gremlins and make security's job harder. What if you're stuck for a long time in your shelter? You should have water stored in your shelter, 1 gallon per person per day, and don't throw it on the gremlins. It's not pretty. Is it true you can pour water on witches, though? Yes. Gremlins, no. Witches, yes. Store at least a 3-day supply of non-perishable food, the approximate time it takes to complete a gremlin cleanup. Most other creatures can be cleaned up after in 3 days or less. What's the quickest to clean up after? Ghosts. Actually, ghosts can be pretty messy if they're ectoplasmic. Good point. That's why you're the expert. Stop brown-nosing. A whistle is handy in your emergency kit in case you get trapped and need to get security's attention. What about a werewolf whistle? They're kind of like dog whistles. They hurt werewolves' ears. They hate them. Isn't a wolf whistle what a boy werewolf does if he sees a cute werewolf girl? Very funny. I thought so. Why are you always talking about vampires? Maybe because I am one. Ah! Ah! I was just kidding. Ah! Ah! Well, that concludes our seminar. Stay safe, everyone. Ah! Well, guys, that was our skit. It's called Monster Survival Skills During a Gremlin Outbreak by D.M. Larson. And the reason why I use my stuffed animals is because it's a script for 3 or more people. I couldn't really find many funny monologues, so this is what we got. So I'd like to thank my actors, Oreo, Robert, and Big Bear. He's named Big Bear because I got him when I was born. Like, I wasn't creative back then. His full name is Robert P. Bunny. And he's just Oreo. Okay, so, a little hot under the lights. I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully I will edit this correctly. Halfway through, I realized that Big Bear was wearing the cape the entire time when... Alright, the characters are Alan, Paula, and Tom. Tom was obsessed with werewolves, Paula was obsessed with vampires, and Alan was just the one trying to teach. And I realized halfway through that Big Bear was wearing the cape the entire time when I probably should have had Robert wearing it. But I fixed that when it came time for it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this because it took a very long time to film and it's probably going to take so long to edit. But anyway, that is all for today, so that's all for this week. I will see you all next week. Comment, like, subscribe, check out my links in the description box down below. Bye bye.